What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris bringing you a game from round 3 of the SECS. This is between team, well, it says ECAL, but it also says ECAL Esports. Oh, okay, it's ECAL. Okay, everything makes sense now. It's between ECAL, which is going to be on the Radiant, and Rampage, so Team Rampage on the Dire. Already the band's going to start to come up pretty quickly, actually. Lycan, Rubik, Invoker, Darkseer. Not much of a surprise there. So this is from round 3 of the Dota SECS tournament, or like third pairing, because there's not really brackets. I guess it's hard to say they're rounds, but anyway, both these teams are currently 2-0, so they have won both of their previous games. So we're gonna see which one of these lucky teams is gonna make it 3-0. Naga Siren and Lone Druid being banned out, so more or less some pretty standard stuff going on there. Nature's Prophet managed to get through the pool, so he's going to be the first pickup by ECAL. And that is going to let them have a lot right off the bat because, well, Nature's Prophet is top tier material. It's like S tier, or tier 1 if you're boring. But with that global presence and with that pushing power, he's really someone who's very valuable to have on your team. And what's more, what's more, that he could offer a whole lot to your team without revealing what your team comp is really going to be. Since if you see the Nature's Prophet, it could be anything. It could be a push lineup, or you could simply be using that Nature's Prophet to control the early mid game, and then set someone up like a Morphling for some later stage of the game. Enigma Venomancer is going to be the response pick from the Rampage side. That right off the bat, they do have quite a bit of team fight from the Black Hole as well as the ultimate from the Venomancer. More importantly, they have a lot of push and counter push, because Venomous Ward is one of the best vehicles for counter pushing, as well as the Eidolons, who do quite a bit of damage on their own. Enigma can go to the jungle or he can lane, so lots of lane flexibility there. ECAL picking up the Sand King and Broodmother. Sand King as kind of a pseudo ban so that Rampage can't get their hands on one of the best counters to Broodmother. And so far they're looking at a pretty intense push lineup. They have the Spiderlings, they have the Treants, and they of course have Sand King, who, although he's not necessarily all the time considered a pushing hero, can do pretty well in as far as pushing down the lanes. Storm Spirit is going to give Team Rampage a nice control for the team fight. So a good initiation there, as well as some pretty good lane control. Put him in the mid lane, should be pretty fine against anyone. The Shrek eliminated from Rampage, making sure they don't have the Burrow Strike, Split Earth combo. But more importantly, it's so that they don't get that Edict, which could completely demolish all of Team Rampage's spells. They don't have, I mean, like, they have decent counter push, but they might need to pick up one more hero for that counter push. The bans from ECAL are Brewmaster and Tidehunter, so making sure, so through those two bans you could see that Rampage is looking to keep ECAL is looking to keep Rampage out of a giant team fighting team. Enigma, Brewmaster, Tidehunter, Venomancer, Storm Spirit, all very big team fight heroes, so if you eliminate the really big ones, the Tidehunter especially for that huge setup ravage, it could be pretty devastating to Rampage's whole team fight ability. Of course, they might not even gear themselves up for something like that. They could still go for a very aggressive push lineup. Chen and Enchantress are both still in the pool, but again, these aren't exactly your top S tier teams. And these people are good since they won 2-0 so far, so they're definitely no scrubs. But you definitely won't expect the same caliber of play as you see in games that are casted in the Defense or It's Gosu or any of those tournaments. So something to keep in mind as these picks go on. They're pretty well, they're not the hugest skill intensive heroes such as Chen and Enchantress, since they managed to get all the way through the pool without being banned or picked so far. As far as the lanes go for ECAL, they have a lot of solo lane potential. All three of their pickups can solo lane, and there goes the Morphling ban. Speaking of solo lanes, Shadow Shaman, so looks like they're gonna invest quite heavily into the push lineup with the wards, with the Broodmother, and with the Nature's Prophet. They can push down towers like nobody's business, and it's really hurting them that Rampage ended up banning the Lone Druid in that first ban stage. There are still quite a few banning heroes that ECAL can choose. Someone like Pugna will be a pretty good pick, actually. The mana costs coming out from Rampage are pretty substantial, but instead they're looking for the pretty hard support in the Lina, and wow, a Mirana Juggernaut. So, yeah, Rampage is gonna, well, Enigma in the jungle, Venomancer supporting Juggernaut, Mirana, Storm Spirit soloing lane. It'll work. Their team is kind of reliant on the farm, so if ECAL pushes and makes sure that Rampage doesn't get the farm, then they'll do very well for themselves. But if Rampage can somehow weather the push, then they will be able to come back later in the game with that Juggernaut and Mirana pick to completely demolish the rest of the team. Let's go over the Rampage side. Okay, Kamusta playing the Enigma, and we do have Inet. I'm just probably going to call him Net. Net on the Storm Spirit, Clutch on the Venomancer, Jinzel on the Juggernaut. Pretty cool helmet as well. Yo Mama is on the Mirana. Meanwhile, on the ECAL side, we have Exiled on the Lina Belieber. That's fantastic on the Sand King. Cakes, stop moving so I could read you. Cakes is going to be playing the Shadow Shaman. Happy Cat, so very nice, easy name. Going to be playing the Broodmother, and last but not least, we have Ryuboru picking up the Nature's Prophet, and he is like armor or something on him. That Lay of the Peace Bringer. It's ironic because he's going to go out and kill people. So ECAL so far gearing up towards a Prophet jungle. What items did he pick up? Not necessarily pure Prophet jungle, so he could go for quite a number of things with that item build. Broodmother is definitely going to be on the bot lane. Looks like Shadow Shaman might be supporting him against a solo lane Mirana, so Mirana probably not going to die, but also not going to be able to kill the Brewmaster. Right now the Sand King and Lina just camping out, want to spot out what that first rune is going to be. I'm not sure if they're going to go into the... They might duel the middle lane. Well, the regen rune spawns bottom and it gets denied, so let's see what's going to happen here. It's not going to be a jungle for Nature's Prophet. It's actually going to be a solo top against the Venomancer, Storm Spirit, and an Enigma, who's going to be like pseudo-jungling, pseudo-laning. So Yellow's not going to have the best time in the world, but Sand King Lina is going to be able to shut down this Juggernaut pretty well. If Juggernaut is very fast with his spins, then he could end up mitigating a lot of the damage and really shut down the kill potential of this lane. But otherwise, he's forced back, because if he steps up, Burrow Strike, Light Strike Array, it's painful. Let's see, bot lane, Mirana just warding off one of the possible pull camps. This ward does also give vision into the rune area, which he's going to need later if he wants to survive, but Happy Cat on the Broodmother is just content to farm with the Shadow Shaman in support. He could circle around and hit the Mirana whenever he wishes. Nature's Prophet actually getting a remarkable amount of room because there has been a lane transition. Venomancer, Juggernaut, so a little bit more kill power coming out for the Rampage team. But, well, their damage actually, I would say the kill power for Rampage is a lot more than the kill power for ECAL, because even though ECAL has the Burrow Strike into LSA Dragon Slave combo, the Venomous Gale into Spin combo is just as, if not more, devastating. There goes the Spin already. Venomous Gale not going to hit, and Belieber is just going to Burrow Strike up onto the top side of the ledge. So the first attempt at aggression not really going that well for the Rampage side, but they do have another Spin up their sleeves, with the Juggernaut picking up a stat point as one of his skills. So if that Venomous Gale is going to hit, Sand King's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Sandstorm will not really save him, since Juggernaut can just sit there and spin. I don't think the spin will be enough. We see another Gale going off onto the Sand King. Where's the spin? They're trying to bait out the Burrow Strike, I think. If they spun, he probably could have gotten the Sand King, but it was awfully close to the tower. So they're probably just wanting to play a little bit more cautiously. Lina was there to stun up the Venomancer. If the Venomancer managed to pick up the tower aggro, it would have been a lot of damage onto the Venomancer, which he's, quite frankly, against this lane, you cannot afford to take any damage, because any damage will mean that another combo a little bit down the line is going to mean your death.
You've been burned.
Actually, I don't know why I still have this freaking buyback chart. Let's get rid of that. Get rid last hit denies. Broodmother, not surprisingly, with that free lane with, given to her by the Shadow Shaman is leading the way in creep kills. Enigma, though, in the jungle is farming quite fast as Enigmas typically do, and Storm Spirit on the top lane up against that Nature's Prophet. Even though Storm Spirit doesn't have as much range as Nature's Prophet, still doing pretty well for himself using his static remnants to get the last hits and then push out the lane a little bit, give Prophet a little bit less room to maneuver around, do the jungling thing, or whatever Prophet would normally want to do. But Broodmother has picked up enough gold for her soul ring, so she could have that whenever she wants. What is actually going to be the item choice? Is this a bottle? No, it's boots, actually. Coming out for the Sand King? Sand King, probably. That will help him escape a little bit from this combo, but the Gale will slow him down enough so that the boots, although they will help him get closer to this edge, it won't mean he's completely home free. So he's still in a little bit of danger. Oh no, we have a Burrow Strike going on to the Venomancer as well as a Light Strike Array. Nature's Prophet is teleporting in for this, but there's a spin happening from the Juggernaut, but Venomancer is the first one to fall. Lina picking up that kill, and now the Juggernaut is taking quite a lot of damage. LSA not going to hit. One more right click, no. The Nature's Prophet might die to this tower. One more tower shot, no, 20 HP. Here comes the Enigma, however, and Belieber is in a lot of trouble. He tries to Sandstorm out of that, but the second stun, no! What are you doing, Enigma? No! No, Enigma! You're killing me, man. Oh, he could have gotten that kill so easily, but he wasn't paying attention. Sprout and Dragon Slave hitting the Enigma. Enigma using all of his money because he knows he's gonna die. That is 2 kills, 2 easy kills in the way of going the way of ECAL. And Sand King, you lucky bastard. You're not supposed to be alive, but he's hobbling away with his little scorpion injury right there. The Enigma realized that he had that second stun on the Malphus. He would have just right-clicked the SK just once, and it would have been a very easy kill, but Sand King managed to catch a break, and he's going to walk out of this alive, 2-0 in favor of ECAL. Teleportation's now coming back towards the mid lane, but that is just the Juggernaut who wants to get back to his farming business, 8-0. But still the creep score is led by the Broodmother. So the creep score maintaining pretty much the same thing as time goes on. Mirana is not the best hero to lane against Broodmother. She does have the Star Call, so you could clear off the spiders once they all decide to reveal themselves. But the spiders are instead being used to help out the Shadow Shaman. Spiders to tank, and Shadow Shaman to get the farm. It's a perfect combo when you have that Broodmother on the bottom lane. It really opens up your options. But Mirana, with the, quite frankly, on the lower end of the base damage scale, is going to be in a little bit of trouble, especially since Happy Cat now has a soul ring. They're going to be constantly injecting those spiderlings into Mirana's face. And that's something you don't want as Mirana, because she has not really much form of natural sustain. And by natural sustain, I mean like anything that helps her survive. Leap is the only thing. But Leap won't help you against the constant nukes that are coming. It won't help you much. So she's going to have to rely a lot on the restoratives. She's also going to need support from someone from her team. Otherwise, this Broodmother's just going to have free reign and end up taking the tower. The only saving grace that Mirana has is that the Spiderlings are not being used to push, which will force out a lot of her mana. And once you got to force out those Star Storm. Star Call is... that's LOL. That's Soraka. Fuck Soraka, I hate that bitch. Mr. Clutch is going to run into cakes. Just shock to weaken the illusion runes. Not a big deal, but the illusion rune will still do a little bit of damage. Star Storm, I actually didn't know. I never read it. I just usually say Starfall until I started casting, and then it's like, well, I have to call it something else now, and it's not Starcall. Starstorm. Nice alliteration going on there. But now the Spiderlings, what the hell am I talking about, are going to be starting to pile up, and Shadow Shaman coming around with a Hex and a Shock. Very long range Shackle as well. Happy Cat does not have a mana for his Soul Ring, but it doesn't matter because it might be enough. Nature's Prophet ultimate bringing Mirana down to 44 HP. She's going to walk out of this alive, and unfortunately Broodmother could not get the last inject out into Mirana for that kill. And Nature's Prophet deciding not to teleport down there because he thought the kill was assured. It looked like the kill was going to be there. And Storm Spirit actually going for a very peculiar build. No points of an Electric Vortex. Usually you see it, I mean, like at least one. It's a free disable. It does slow you down by quite a bit, but it disables disable, and it's a pretty useful spell to have. But he's instead going for a very aggressive damage build. And shit. Sorry, that is my dog. She is protecting the house against all sorts of mean intruders. And that was probably very loud, so my apologies. But, oh, we do have a game pause, so we can go over who's getting what. Juggernaut is picking up his phase boots, looks like. I suspect it's going to be phase boots. I don't see it being anything else. Lena's going for the patented nothing build, giving all the farm to the Sand King, actually, who's still not sitting at that much, but, you know, it's going to be... He has a lot of options. Enigma does have a soul ring, and he's been farming pretty well, 18 for 0. He's dropped a little bit as far as the CS scale goes, and he missed the kill and instead got himself a very horrible death. But for the Dire team, Ionet is farming rather well as the Juggernaut in the mid lane, tied up with the Shadow Shaman, actually, who's mostly been jungling. So that is going to mean that the Sentinel, Radiant Sentinel, where did that come from? The Radiant team, they're gonna have a little bit of experience boost because of they're getting, well, Shadow Shaman jungling, which is something that you wouldn't really expect. So they're using that to keep on par with the Enigma as far as the experience goes. So experience graph, I would imagine, slightly in favor of ECAL. Yes, it is, not really by much, and the gold graph is 2,000 in favor of them as well. So ECAL with those 2 kills, sitting at a little bit of advantage, nothing really laying down the rules. So nothing exactly too much to overcome, but it just will be something to keep in mind as this game progresses. I'm just gonna check on. Okay. Nature's Prophet is almost out of hand of Midas if he decides to go for that. I don't know why he would get a Gloves of Haste without going for Midas. That would be very silly, and Mirana doesn't have anything. 12 for 3, not many creep kills at all. Sitting through this pause. It's fine, I have stuff to check on my other monitor. Some good manners coming out from the Rampage side. ECAL still has yet to push really aggressively. I'm just reading this. Yeah, so ECAL still has yet to push aggressively. The towers still at very high amounts of HP, so just a little bit of scratches and dings on the towers. They still have quite a bit of time before they actually need to push. Their Rampage Prophet is farming very well, and he could do a little bit of carrying business later on. But eventually ECAL is going to have to group up and actually try to take down some of the towers. But with Storm Spirit going for the Static Remnant build, also looking to go for a, this typically would be an Orchid. It's pretty good against Sand King, Nature's Prophet. Give him another way to cancel off those escape mechanisms. It's going to be hard. Venomancer with the wards, Juggernaut spin, conversions, lobbing stuff from the back, as well as Star Storm from the Mirana. It's going to be hard for ECAL to really push. Their Shadow Shaman is level 6 though, so Shadow Shaman should start dropping those wards down whenever he can. Try to push down this tower. Mirana can't really do much to stand up against those wards, and it looks like this game is going to resume. There we go, a little bit of counter warding business going on from Lena. And Observer ward, gonna go down. Very fun stuff. In case you're wondering, yes, I am kind of being a little bit more monotone. It's because my voice is starting to weaken. As a kind of newer caster, I don't have the longest longevity as far as my vocal cords go, so I know there's a certain way to speak or something. I don't know how to do that, or I don't think I know how to do that yet. But I'm trying to just like increase the duration for which I speak. This is the 3rd game I casted, so time duration is starting to get up there. So my apologies if I'm not the usual chipper self that I am. Anyway, you have a dual push going off right now. Stun going off onto Nature's Prophet with the zip in from Storm. He doesn't have that pull though, but it doesn't matter. He just wants to nuke him down as much as he can. He is going to get the kill, but he's completely out of mana. Let's see if Sand King can actually close the gap. No, he's actually going to go for the Enigma, who's still around for some reason. This Enigma is going to go down, pop to the black hole, just to delay his death for just a little bit more. It might not have been worth it. One right click. Oh, he actually stunned the Sand King. Sand King taking a lot of damage from these Eidolons. Enigma trying to juke into the trees, but it's not going to be enough, and Sand King is actually stuck. No, he's going to wiggle his way out of there. Sand King is going to get out of this, but in the meantime, tower on the bottom lane has fallen, and they want to keep going. Happy Cat with quite a few Spiderlings is pressuring Mirana back. Mirana does have 3 levels of Starstorm, but is not enough to keep spamming out because she just simply does not have the mana to do so. So a good kill coming out from the Rampage side from that Storm Spirit, but unfortunately they did pay for it with the Enigma, and they don't have the Black Hole for this defense on the bot lane. Rasta is still here, a minute till his wards are back up again, but we do have a very big threat in the Visible Juggernaut. Storm Spirit has arrived, he's going for the Shadow Shaman. Arrow actually going to hit Happy Cat, who ran right back into it. And the Shadow Shaman is going to go down, as well as with an Omni Slash on the Broodmother. Enigma with the Malphus actually is going to be taking down the Broodmother. So Rampage able to equalize the score now to 3-3, close the gap a little bit, and it hasn't really balanced it out quite yet. I'm going to check in just a little bit. We're going to see what that actually sits at. But Hand of Midas is now up for Nature's Prophet. You should get it right now. You want to have your Hand of Midas as soon as possible. 10 minutes. It's not bad, but the longer you have it sitting, and the longer it's not on cooldown. Sand King smoked up just by himself, looking for someone in the jungle. He's not going to find anyone, though. I think he did see a teleport coming into the mid lane. It is going to be the Juggernaut. It's going to be very hard to kill him with the smoke. But looks like they're going to try to go for it anyway. Juggernaut does see them coming. Bro Strike missing, unfortunately, but he gets hexed up immediately. Shackle as well, kind of layering the stuns a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Sand King with that right click is going to kill the Juggernaut. He tried to spin out of that, but unfortunately for him, spins do not protect against the right clicks, and this is ECAL's time to push some towers. The mid lane is wide open. No one's really in a position to defend this. Clutch is here to start laying down his wards onto the tier 2 tower. But this tower is pretty much forfeit. There's nothing they can do about it right now, and Rasta wards are actually back up, so Venomancer, you got to start laying down those wards because the push is just going to keep on trucking. More treants are going to be spawned by Nature's Prophet. Ward's going to be dropped by the Shadow Shaman. Try to take this tower down. And it looks like top lane doesn't want to transition down here. Juggernaut is here as well as Storm Spirit on the bot lane. But Storm Spirit has his hands full with that Broodmother, so he's not going to be able to help defend against this. If this tower is going to go down, Venomancer trying to get the deny with his Plague Wards. That would have been a pretty good play. But unfortunately it didn't go out. Didn't go the way he wanted. Nature's Prophet teleporting up to the top lane trying to defend that. And the rest of the team is smoke. They do have smoke. They're going to smoke and look for a kill on the top lane. Or maybe try to catch someone. Yeah, they're trying to catch someone who's going to transition to the top lane. Let's see if anyone from Rampage is actually going to go ahead and do that. Looks like they're actually going to just go in very aggressively. They're looking for a kill onto this Venomancer. Where's the Burrow Strike? Where's the Burrow Strike? There's the Burrow Strike. There it is. There we go. Into an epicenter. LSA going to be able to wipe out Venomancer, and an Omni Slash from the Juggernaut into an immediate spin, saving him a lot of damage. Storm Spirit picking up 2 kills immediately, and he's going to go for a third. Triple kill from the Storm Spirit, who just managed to kill everyone, assassinate them. So much magical damage coming out, and a Juggernaut, unfortunately, for the ECAL side, managed to spin away all that potential magic damage, so he managed to survive through the whole thing. And this is going to give Storm Spirit almost his full Orchid, so going for that Electric Vortex list build turns out to be very effective this game. Nature's Prophet by himself, in the meantime, has pushed out the lane, trying to bring down the tier 1 tower on the top side. Mirana is there to defend that, try to get a little bit of farm, but she doesn't have enough mana for Starstorm. It's going to take a couple more right clicks, do it the old-fashioned way, with a little bit of elbow grease. And she's going for, looks like a Yasha that could be turned into treads though. So Mirana still not sitting at much at all in the way of items. Juggernaut going for a drum, and what does Happy Cat have? Happy Cat with that free bot lane farm, leading the way in CS. Has a Yasha as well as Power Treads, which are currently at agility, do a little bit more damage to this tower, which is getting dangerously low. Inet has arrived, and with that level 4 into the Static Remnant, he's going to be able to clear that up. But in the meantime, top lane, Exiled is going to snipe off the Venomancer using that Dragon Slave. Huge Burrow Strike coming out from the Sand King. That was very long range. Sprout going to be able to wall off the Enigma. Enigma is in a little bit of danger. He's going to turn around, try to do a little bit of conversion damage, but that's not going to matter at all. Mirana's now on the run from the Sand King, but it looks like Sand King does not want to push this. Actually, Shadow Shaman catching Mirana with the Hex, plus a Shackle. They have to chain their stuns perfectly. That's exactly what they do. Another kill going the way of Shadow Shaman. That's going to put ECAL at an 8-6 advantage. In the meantime, in the bot lane, Happy Cat going to go toe-to-toe with the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is out of mana, and Happy Cat just right-clicking him down. Unfortunately for Storm Spirit, he must have mismanaged his mana, or mismanaged his mana. Blah. Try saying that 10 times quickly. Mismanaged his mana, and Broodmother gets an easy kill. So free delivery, free kills happening all over the ECAL side of the game, and well, free gold delivery. I don't know why that wolf came out, but he got hand to Midas real quickly. And ECAL so far has a 4-tower lead. They haven't lost a single tower, plus 3 kills, so they're gonna have quite a substantial advantage. If they keep pushing this advantage, they're gonna get an advantage so big that it's going to be pretty difficult for Rampage to recover from. Lina has picked up a 4-staff, so her initiation range has just increased by so much. Now Shadow Shaman might be in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he's going to go for a 4-staff as well. An arrow going to go out, not hit anything. Going to spot out the haste rune, however, so they know that it's there, and probably it's in the hands of an ECAL member. Sand King with the haste rune looking to go for the Juggernaut. 4-staff in from the Lina, as well as the Nature's Prophet trying to get a Sprout. Is he going to land it? No, he isn't even going to try. You can't target someone with a Sprout when they're magic immune, but you could target the ground, and then this tree will come up. Another toe-to-toe engagement. Happy Cat versus the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is doing quite a bit of damage to the Broodmother. The Broodmother is trying to outplay the Storm Spirit using that regeneration from the webs. Looks like ultimately it is going to result in a stalemate. But Storm Spirit does know that Broodmother is still here. If he does have enough burst damage, which I don't know if he has, he is going to be able to dive in. There goes the dive as well. Pull onto Happy Cat, plus a Static Remnant. Not quite enough damage, but with another zip, it is going to be enough to put out the Broodmother. But no, Nature's Prophet teleporting in. Storm Spirit is completely out of mana. Sprout onto Storm Spirit when Nature's Prophet ultimate. There has to be a lot of damage coming in from that. But actually, no. Very good play by Storm Spirit, going into the shadows where he won't get hit by the Nature's Prophet ultimate, teleporting out. He's going to get out just fine. But in the meantime, Nature's Prophet's entire team is up on the top lane. They do have the Serpent Wards up, which they could drop for this lane if they choose to do so. 4-staff coming in from the Lina, going to hit a perfect LSA onto Venomancer. Clutch. He's going to go down, but not before dropping off all his spells. Venomancer wards are going to trap, actually, Belieber in the middle of everything. That's unfortunate considering he did channel his Epicenter. Juggernaut Spin going to bring down the Sand King. So that was a huge misplay by the Rasta, dropping the ward straight onto the Sand King. It's not what you want to do at all. It's 4v6. That's hilarious. I love it. It's a little bit of misplay by this Shadow Shaman. The fight doesn't quite go the way they want, and this tower does manage to stay alive. The Broodmother is now back on this bot lane. Is there any true sight? No, there isn't. They're looking to go on to Happy Cat, using that Mirana as bait, and here comes the Storm Spirit zip in. They do have true sight, actually. Happy Cat's getting pulled in. He's going to take a Starstorm as well. An arrow to the face. Point blank range is going to bring Mirana to 215. Easy kill for her. But we do have rotation up from ECAL, looking for someone. Mirana's going to play chicken with that Lina, but Lina is instead going to go for the Storm Spirit. He instantly takes the Laguna Blade. Storm Spirit's going to try to do a little bit of damage, but no, it's the Nature's Prophet ultimate that takes the kill. Burst Strike just slightly out of range. Now Juggernaut is right behind them. You got to watch out. Surprise Juggernaut. One hit, 2-click, and the spin. Being able to take down the Lina, and Sand King burst striking his way into Mirana, trying to get away there. Shadow Shaman in the meantime picking off the Enigma, and Mr. Clutch is getting shackled up as well. Nature's Prophet going to take down that kill, and this tower is now going to get pushed down pretty aggressively. The wards are up in 15 seconds, so once that happens, probably going to, well, they do have actually a pretty big creep wave, so they might not even need the wards. They might try to go for the high ground on the back of these wards, or wait for level 11 on the Shadow Shaman. That would also be a pretty good idea. We now see Happy Cat as well as the Sand King looking towards the Juggernaut. Burrow Strike into an, Spawn Spiderlings capping off that damage right there. Shadow Shaman's still at level 11, so he still wants to hold it onto his wards for the moment. There's a ping for Roshan coming out from the ECAL side, and well, all their lanes are pushed out quite aggressively in favor of them, so that's something that they can do. There goes the bottom lane tower, mech popping off from the Nature's Prophet, keeping everyone healthy. And this is going to mean a Roshan. Let's see if Lina knows what to do with these illusions. She does, of course she does. ECAL gonna go for the Roshan, using those lean illusions to tank up a little bit. Yes, you can use illusions to tank, you just have to issue a move command instead of an attack command. The attack command will make Roshan use his super ability thing and dispel the illusions, so that's what you gotta do if you want to use your illusions to tank. Very useful trick if you are Naga Siren or Phantom Lancer or something like that. So Roshan is spotted out by Rampage, but it doesn't matter, Broodmother will pick up the Aegis. And everyone will walk out of this just fine. No towers are down for the ECAL team. ECAL does still have, well, they do have all the towers down for Rampage. So Rampage at a pretty severe gold disadvantage. It is sitting at 12,000. 2,000 only in favor of experience in favor of ECAL because of that kill and just the way the farm is being distributed. So they are behind Rampage. That is, they are behind as far as the items go, but as far as the levels go, they are keeping par. And, well, they could still make things happen. When that happens, we now see a hex onto iNet. Arrow going to come in, disrupt the Shadow Shaman just for a little bit, but it's too late. Broodmother already picked up that kill, now popping off the Insatiable Hunger. Starstone trying to weaken down Happy Cat, and Happy Cat is going to get brought down by the Omni Slash. Omni Slash actually jumps up to the Shadow Shaman, so unfortunately for him, Venomancer in the back end to play, managed to pop off his ultimate, and he's going to try to go toe-to-toe with Lina. Epicenter coming in from the Sand King, doing huge amounts of damage to that Mirana. Mirana is going to get taken down, Juggernaut mitigating all that damage with the spin. Still chasing after that Nature's Prophet, trying to play Ring Around the Rosie around this one tree. Sprout is going to let him get through, but no, Juggernaut actually chopped his way through, and now he can get Burrow Striked, and Sand King is going to pick up a double kill. 4 down for the Rampage team, and ECAL is looking very good with all those towers in their favor. They're going to push in, try to breach the high ground, and with Enigma only to defend, he's on the top lane. Just wasted his conversions over there, so no counter push for the bot lane. This tower is going to be in a little bit of heat. Venomancer has revived, and Storm Spirit is soon to follow. But Orchid is soon up on the Broodmother. There's a lot of initiation range with that Blink Dagger, Burrow Strike on the Sand King, plus a Force Staff on Lina. Huge zip in from Storm, going for the Lina, and he does get it. He's going to try to go for the Sand King, he gets silenced. But now there is a silence stick up on the Broodmother, so silence for silence, going to be very tricky. Sand King's perked up on the high ground. They do know where Venomancer is. Is he going to blink in and Burrow Strike? There goes the blink in, Burrow Strike. Mr. Clutch, you are so damn dead. Right click. No, actually, Nature's Prophet ultimate. Kill stealing that one. Good job, Nature's Prophet. Happy Cat popping off the dust for some reason. Oh no, that was actually Enigma popping off the dust to reveal Happy Cat, but a beautiful Burrow Strike by Sand King up onto the high ground. Storm Spirit managing to pick off the Shadow Shaman, and he's now on the chase for that Sand King. They do know where he is. They do have him spotted out, but a Blink Dagger into the lane is going to mean that he's going to just walk away from this, teleport away. Actually, got to get away in style. I think that was Thunder. You probably didn't hear that, but it was Thunder on my end. More rain. It's been raining every freaking day. iNet is going to try to go for the Storm Spirit, going to go for the pull, and a Static Remnant. Static Remnant, no, he's actually conserving his mana, just going to go for the right clicks. Nature's Prophet is on the run, and Brown is, oh, there he goes. He's going to teleport. No disruption. He used his Electric Vortex. Probably should have, well, he burned his Electric Vortex way too early. That gave Nature's Prophet an opportunity to get out of there. If he saved his Electric Vortex, it would have been completely different, but Happy Cat has breached the high ground in the meantime. His tower's taking quite a bit of damage from the Spiderlings. Enigma and Juggernaut are going to come in. Juggernaut going to try to spin away this creep wave, and it is going to work. But every single tick of damage that you do to the tower is permanent. It does stick. So, slowly but surely, this Broodmother is making progress on the bot lane. What ECAL should do is move up to the mid lane, move up to the top lane, get some split pushing going, force Rampage to defend several lanes that they don't want to defend. Rampage, do have Blade of Alacrity up on Juggernaut. He's going to go for a Yasha. Arrow going off, narrowly missing Shadow Shaman. Looks like Rampage wants a team fight. I don't know if it'll pan out for them. The last team fight didn't go very well at all. Sand King, if he manages to not get trapped by his buddy, then the Epicenter could be pretty devastating. Otherwise, the Epicenter usually been used on Juggernaut and has been able to mitigate all of that damage. Looks like ECAL is going to fall back just a little bit. Maybe wait for another Roshan, but Roshan is not up for quite a while. Broodmother did use that Aegis in the fight that happened around here. Got nailed down by the Juggernaut's Omni Slash. Really, with the Broodmother, with all those spawn Spiderlings, Omni Slash isn't going to be much of a threat if she manages to keep them alive, which could be difficult considering there's a Storm Spirit as well as Starstorm as well as Spin on the other side. So the fragile units of the Spiderlings will be difficult to keep alive. But if she does manage to do that, I mean, Omnislash is going to pretty much do nothing. Farm is still being led by the Broodmother, who's not left this bot lane yet. That's what makes Broodmother such a pest to play against. You constantly got to put someone on that bot lane, someone with AoE, to make sure she doesn't get too much farm. An arrow actually going to hit perfectly on the Sand King. Are they going to go in on this? Juggernaut wants in. He's going to use his phase boost, try to get in as fast as he can, but no. He's actually getting blocked by the Spiderling, stun from the Enigma, and a zip in from the Storm Spirit. Sand King is in a huge amount of trouble. Sand King is going to get taken down by the Storm Spirit. Buying time for Happy Cat to escape. So Sand King giving his life for the greater cause, and Rampage getting an easy pick off. If you fire enough arrows, they're eventually going to hit. It's pretty much what Rampage needs to do. They just need to find someone, pick them off, and then see if they could get enough kills to transition into a push. Because right now, the map advantage is firmly within ECAL's favor. And really, it's hard to pry that away from someone you don't have any towers in your favor. So ECAL's gearing up for another fight. Force Staff into an instant Hex. LSA onto 2. No, actually just 1. Juggernaut taking so much damage. He's going to go down despite that healing ward. Venomancer popping off his ultimate. And Mirana leaping out of the trees formed by the Nature's Prophet, who has managed to bring himself into this fight. But in the meantime, Happy Cat's still in the bot lane being a pest. Storm Spirit trying to go toe-to-toe with him, but he did not win that fight. Happy Cat unfortunately unable to steal the deal. He's content with just sitting in the top lane after getting a very easy pick off. ECAL looking to be, well, just continuing to be in a very firm advantage. 15,000, 5,000 in favor of them. And doing the T pattern. Sure, why not? Do the T attack pattern. Oh no, Storm Spirit going once again onto the Sand King, who is still silenced from the Orchid. He is going to use the Sandstorm, try to get away, but dust popping off from the Enigma. He barrel strikes down into Roshan's pit and then blinks up into the secret shop. Very good evasive tactics by the Sand King, whose hood most definitely saved him from that. Lots of Spiderlings going to go in, try to get some damage on the tower, but they're just going to walk the blender, actually. Run, Spiderlings, it's not safe for you. You can chill in the jungle, why not? Everyone from Rampage is very scared of leaving the base, as well as they should be. So the map advantage for ECAL with that Broodmother as well as Nature's Prophet have their firm control of this map. They're calling all the shots. Invisibility Rune picked up by Lena. They're looking for someone. They're going to find Mirana. Can she land this LSA? Mirana's walking a straight line. Yes, there it is. As well as the Dragon Slave, Laguna Blade, and Lena gets an easy kill, but Storm zips in, silencing the Lena immediately, and Sand King channeling his Epicenter, blinks into a whole pile of them. Enigma's going to take a huge amount of damage, still alive, but he might go down. Omnislash going to go off from the Juggernaut, and he's going to blend down the Shadow Shaman, but he's going to try to escape with that Force Staff. Storm Spirit is completely out of mana. He's sitting in the middle of a Sprout Burst Strike and be able to take him down. 4 down once again from the Rampage side, as Juggernaut is the only one to survive. Blink up from the Sand King. Is there going to be a stun? No, not in time. But Happy Cat wasn't even in that fight now with the Manta style. Nature's Prophet teleporting in, and this is going to be in a Brax, I think. Venomancer's up in 11 seconds. Juggernaut's the only one up, but with a spin, you can't really do that much since Happy Cat doesn't give a shit about your spin. He will just right-click you down straight through that. This Brax is in danger. This Brax is going to go down, especially with those summons from Nature's Prophet. There's no way that Rampage can mitigate this push. Happy Cat does take that top Rax, and this range Rax is now on a timer. It's just a matter of time before that Rax goes down. Looks like ECAL is happy with what they have, and they're just going to bail. Look towards another lane, because that lane will naturally push out by itself. They don't need to sit there and babysit anymore. That is going to mean that ECAL is at an even larger advantage. Still all the towers up. None of these are even close to dying. Oh, this one's actually kind of close. Sand King level 16, picked up a pipe, so he's going to be very tanky. And the right clicks, although they do have a Mirana and a Juggernaut, the right clicks aren't that powerful right now. It's mostly the magical damage from the Storm Spirit that's keeping them afloat right now. But a lot of it is going to be mitigated by that pipe when Sand King decides to use it. And Sand King keeps on getting more 3-man epicenters, then, well, ECAL is just going to run away with this game. They're already very far ahead. Broodmother's still camping out in the bot lane, doesn't need to be doing this. If he moves up to the top lane, starts setting his webs up here, and then he could split push by himself, really. Nature's Prophet and the rest of his team in the mid lane, and then all the creeps will continuously barrel down onto Rampage, and they're going to be spread extremely, extremely thin. It's like a smoke coming out now from the ECAL side, looking for someone in the jungle. They're not going to find anyone. Everyone is still, like, well, in their base area. Are they spotted out? They are spotted out. Observer wards, sentry wards from the Dire. No surprises there. Not looking to take this fight. They're not going to go anywhere. Circle going off. Yes, I see him, light blue. Thank you. Juggernaut, who are you? Oh, but no, it looks like Mirana ultimate into a perfect Omni Slash, being able to shred down that Nature's Prophet. Lina taking a lot of damage as well. Venomancer ultimate popped off and doing a lot of magical damage over time. Lina is now on the run. Arrow not going to hit her, but it might. No, Sand King not going to hit by that arrow. 3 easy kills. ECAL definitely did not expect to be engaged upon by like that. They were the ones who are supposed to be engaging, not the other way around. But this Rax is taking quite a bit of damage from this Broodmother, who still has not left the spot lane. There goes the range Rax, so this lane is completely done for. Happy Cat, maybe now you want to move lanes. He actually has a crit, so he's gonna start going for a little bit more right click. Crit will add a lot of damage to his pushing as well, but it's mostly so that he could just silence someone and right click them down. 505 crit onto the dragons, who have 6 armor. 6 armor, 7 armor, so about 505 is going to be the number of business. And pings coming out. They do know Roshan is back up, and Storm Spirit zipping in very aggressively for the Sand King. Sand King actually burrow striking his way into the neutral camp. The Storm Spirit is in hot pursuit. His Sand King is now silenced by that Orc, and Juggernaut is trying to right click him down. Huge electric vortex actually, and Lieber is going to get taken down by the Storm Spirit. Easy pick off from them. That's what they need to do. They need to get more pickoffs because, well, they need to get some advantage somehow. They need map control, and the only way to get that for them right now is by kills. They have to make sure that the heroes from the enemy team are not on the field so that they could push these lanes out, because these lanes are all pushing towards their base, and that's exactly what you don't want to have happen. Roshan now getting brought down extremely quickly with a double damage Broodmother. This Broodmother is just fearsome right now. Plus Alina with a gem. So no more Mirana ultimate engaging for them. Arrow gonna fly out. Not gonna hit, well, can hit Mirana, but they don't want to engage upon that. That will be suicide, and I just saw lightning, so I'm gonna lose power, I bet, because my power company sucks. Hopefully this game will finish before then. Happy Cat and the rest of his team have transitioned down to the mid lane, or up to the mid lane, I guess, since they were camping out bot. Nature's Prophet with a Scythe of Vise now doing his duty, pushing out the top lane, probably sending out a couple more ultimates, make sure the pushes get out a little bit faster. Juggernaut is trying to farm up something. He does have a Manta style, so he's moving pretty quick, but his illusions, not the strongest. He doesn't really have anything to boost them up quite yet, so it's mostly for the distractionary tactic. And with 1500 health and the AoE coming out from ECAL, his illusions are not long for life. Rampage is forced to stay in their base. Enigma going down to the bot lane, almost has his BKB, so once he has that, he's gonna is there any entry? No, he's gonna have a guaranteed black hole. Black holes haven't been very spectacular so far, but now here's the Mirana ultimate. Are they going to catch anyone out? It looks like Shadow Shaman is going to skirt right on by, and it's going to be a long zip in for Lina. They know who the gem who's the gem holder. Lina gets taken down. Who has the gem? Storm Spirit with the gem, the very survivable hero. Makes sense to put the gem on him. Another pick off going the way of Rampage, but their bot lane is getting pushed. Their mid lane is getting pushed, and they cannot capitalize on these picks. They really need to take more than one person and then try to get a push off. Manta style split by the Broodmother, going to work on that melee, tier 3 tower. Now Happy Cat doesn't know that the enemy team has a gem. Arrow point blank range. Happy Cat is not. Oh, he actually managed to get out because the Hex canceled the Gem of True Sight, and now Happy Cat, it did get revealed once again. He's not going to survive this time. Aegis is going to pop off, but Sand King is here. He's going to channel his epicenter, dive right in. Unfortunately, there's no one there for you, Sand King. No one there except for the Venomancer, who catches the tail end of that ultimate, but he's going to get taken down regardless. Purple trying to go for that Juggernaut. Unleash a shock and then just retreat because the creep wave is following him. The creep wave is pissed. Sand King is going to take that down with one burrow strike and that caustic finale, which is spectacularly explosive. There's the Black King Bar pickup from the Enigma. But Juggernaut wants more. He wants an Omni Slash, zip in from Storm, and a Hex immediately on the Juggernaut. No Omni Slash for you, but a huge pull. Range coming out from the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit gets Burrow Struck, and as well as taking a Laguna Blade. Storm Spirit trying to run for his life. He is going to get taken. He knows he's going to live. But the Mirana taking down Shadow Shaman. Broodmother just standing his ground, right-clicking the Enigma. Mirana is now on the run. Does she have her leap? 1 second. She's going to have to leap down onto the low ground. Yes, she does get that leap off. She's going to walk away from this, I think. Yeah, there's no Blink Dagger up for the Sand King. That Mirana gets to walk away. And, oh, that was actually a 1 for 2 for 1. Lina disconnects. Excuse me while I drink some water. My throat is getting... Oh, so it's not just me. I'm not going to say anything. This is, I don't want to say it's an East Coast tournament, since like all of America's involved, but the time zone that they specified was East Coast time, so. And apparently the East Coast has a storm, so I'm in the East Coast, and I have a storm. So Juggernaut with a Mithril Hammer, looking to go for a BKB, most likely, possibly a Desolator that will increase his damage output by quite a bit. Mirana still does not have much of anything. Sand King, Veil of Discord, Aghanim Scepter. World is his oyster right now. He can get whatever he wants. And Nature's Prophet with a mech as well as a Scythe of Vise. Hand of Midas currently off cooldown and 2,800 gold in the bank. So he's building up a trust fund for his kids. He's going to make sure they have a good life, go to college, all that jazz. And keep a little bit of the good stuff for himself, because you know, it's good to provide for your kids, but you got to make sure that you get enough gold for yourself. Shadow Shaman going for more pushing with the Necro Book 2 available to him right now. It's just sitting in the base. Broodmother still not increasing her items just yet, but with 3,100 gold, she could get her the Daedalus very quickly. Lina, 4 staff only. Storm Spirit, what are you getting? Lincoln Sphere. 127. There we go. Storm Spirit going for Lincoln Sphere, so that will help him quite a bit. If he manages to block a Laguna Blade, it could be pretty huge. And that's pretty much the items. ECAL just biding their time, waiting for these creeps to get closer and closer to these tier 4 towers. And then once that happens, they just have free reign over the base. And excuse me, I'm just gonna make sure the stream is working properly. Oh shit! That's not what I wanted to do. Get out of here, Fire. No. For some reason my Firefox's flash doesn't work or something. This guy. 12 viewers. Okay. Stream seems to be working. But I believe after this my voice has had it, so unfortunately I cannot cast an additional round. So this will be the last game I cast today. 3 in a day though, not that bad at all for me. Again guys, if you like this cast right here, we're going to find everything else that I do. Hopefully these teams will recognize that, well, I casted their game. So free views, right? Right. Well, anyway, Lena's still not in the game yet. So yeah, I am not the most experienced caster, but I am trying to learn. So if anyone who is watching, or if anyone is eventually going to watch, since I'm going to be uploading this to my YouTube channel, if you have any comments, criticism at all, please let me know. I want it. I want all of it. And, yeah. I don't know what else there is to say without sounding like a complete loony. So I'm just going to sit here and drink my water because my throat is dying out. No idea what this buyback chart does. Sand King has bought back. Oh, it's how much it costs for them to buy back. It's not very useful at all. XP per minute, very useful. Last hits, very useful. Total gold earned, also very useful. There's total gold earned. There we go. Get a couple more stats. I like this. It's very nice. Very StarCraft-esque. More like wooden internet. So once again, guys, this is from the SECS, the tournament run, I believe, every week. So I'll try to be doing it in future weeks as well by NA Dota. So check out all the games if you can. There's just not that many people streaming. I'll try to be considered regular if I can. Get some different audience going on. GG called by Dark Green. Game's over. There we go. The game resumes, and, well, the base is still in full breach. They do have enough creep clearing abilities to kind of hold on, but that is when the ECAL team just isn't pushing. These lizards look awesome, by the way. Got a retexture recently. And everyone is starting to give their results into the IRC, so I'm going to lag a little bit behind, but that's quite okay because I'm not going to be casting anymore after this because I can't. Unless I want to kill myself, and I'm not in the business of that because, well, that's just not good for me, is it? ECAL looks like they're content to farm, knowing that they have a very solid advantage. That is just going to get bigger as time goes on, but they got to make sure not to let Juggernaut get too much time to free farm. Since Omni Slash level 3 is an Omni Slash that's level 3, I could kill friggin' anyone. Doesn't really matter what you have. So he's still the only hope that Rampage has left, as well as the Mirana. If they get a good solid team fight with the spin or with the black hole, with all that jazz, then they could do some pretty big work. But it looks like ECAL are making a formation, line formation. It will allow them to see anyone going like this. I don't think formations are the most effective in Dota, but to each his own. Looks like they're gonna just wait for wards maybe and then move out. And like the entire team from Rampage is forced to stick in their base.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
And all of ECAL kind of moving around as they wish. Not much coordination going on right now. Remember, they're just farming up her BKB. It looks like she's going to hold off for that Daedalus for a little bit more time. Wow, giant pop of the creeps from the Sand King. So satisfying. I love the Magnetar for that reason. Just the most satisfying feeling in the world when all the creeps die. It's awesome. But here's what Rampage needs to do. They're doing exactly what they got to do. Smoking up. Not with everyone, but they are spotted out somehow. Oh no, actually blue. Just pinging wildly, knowing that Rampage is off the map, so they got to be careful. Hug a tower, do something. They don't have vision of anything, no. So this smoke is ultimately not going to be influential at all. Happy Cat, maybe just waiting for his BKB before they try to push in. I think I say manage way too often. I'm gonna stop saying that. That and sitting at. I was saying that a lot also. The Sand King is going to go for that Aghanim Scepter, so a lot of magic damage is going to be coming out for him. Veil of Discord is the mathematically superior choice, but Aghanim Scepter is just so much easier to build, and it does give you a little bit of survivability, whereas Veil of Discord does not really. It gives you a little bit of armor, but that's about it. So if you're looking for damage, Veil of Discord. If you're looking for balance, get that Aghanim Scepter. And that's what I have to say about that. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of engagement on the mid lane. Yellow isn't there, but he could get there extremely quickly with that teleportation spell. It's going to be a dual Necromonicon coming out from the ECAL side. I wouldn't be surprised if Lina decides to pick one up as well. Just overrun the Rampage side with little illusion, little demonic summon things, I guess. But everyone just kind of just slow pushing. And ECAL isn't in any rush. Probably doesn't want to feed his Spiderlings to the Juggernaut when he's spinning with that, because, well, that's just not a good idea. But they're just chilling. Not in any rush. They're waiting for Rampage to make a mistake, and Rampage is waiting for ECAL to push in. Oh, right, Gem is up on Storm Spirit, and he's going to try to clear off a little bit of this creep wave. Gonna spend a lot of mana to do it, and gets his Lincolns popped off. Arrow gonna fly off. That is gonna hit the Sand King, and this is the opportunity for Rampage. This is their opening. Not gonna take it. Damn. Storm Spirit just wandering around doing the dewarding action. Rest of the team is following suit since they do know that the enemy team is blind to their antics. Wow, that Gale sounded freaking ridiculous. But now all of Rampage is in a position where ECAL would not expect them. If she could land an arrow, no, it's actually going to be a Mirana ultimate. And is there any True Sight? There is not. No True Sight. Zip in from the Storm Spirit, looking for the Sand King of all people. Omnislash going to go off in a huge black hole, catching off Happy Cat, and Happy Cat is just going to get right-clicked down. This is the fight that Rampage really wanted. Liber is now on the run from the Storm Spirit, trying to Sandstorm out, but there's no escape from the gem. And everyone gets taken down. Well, not quite everyone. Enigma is still on the run, but Nature's Prophet is the only one to survive from the ECAL side. He's looking for that Enigma. Enigma is playing very slippery, though. He just needs one more Malphite stun, not to get right-clicked either. There goes the Malphite stun, and Nature's Prophet is going to fall. That is a complete team wipe in favor of Rampage. They need to take some towers now. Push down the mid lane. Push as far as they can, as fast as they can. Leave the Venomancer here. He's not going to help that much at all. Unfortunately for them, I mean, like, they might get one tower, they might get two towers, but it's not going to be enough to really balance out the situation that they're in. They need a whole lot more. They keep taking fights like that, yes, it's going to be very good for them to come back. And that is exactly what they needed to fight, just like that. Got the black hole off, got a great Omni Slash off. And one tower down, two towers going to go down. I mean, they are taking a little bit of pressure from the other side lanes, and Enigma actually teleported back, leaving the heavy lifting to the real carry heroes. Two towers down, and it looks like that is all they're going to be interested in. Juggernaut picked up a Desolator, so he's completely dishing with that Manta style. And ECAL lost a pretty big fight. They didn't just like lose it barely. They just got completely squished in it. Black Hole doesn't care what you have, but BKB not going to help you. ECAL does still have all their Raxes. They did lose two towers, though, so a little bit more gold going the way of Rampage. It's not going to be that huge, but the team fight really bring the EXP down out of ECAL's real dominant favor. If Rampage could get one or two more of those fights, it's going to be game over. But unfortunately, their Enigma does not have their his black hole off. Omni Slash is online. Mirana's ultimate is online as well, and all the big spells from the ECAL side are still up, so they're going to try to take a retaliation push. This tower is awful low. They just got to start picking away at it with their summons. Drop down the Serpent Wards. There goes the pipe. They want in on this. This tower is going to go down. Storm Spirit zipping in, going straight for the Lina. Lina's taking a lot of damage from her, but no, Juggernaut is trapped in the wards. Epicenter going off from the Sand King onto this Mirana, who's forced to pop her ultimate defensively. That's not what they wanted to do. Now Enigma is getting shackled up, who does not have his black hole, so it really doesn't matter. He's going to get right-clicked by the whole enemy team. Actually getting protected a little bit by that Sprout, but now one more hit by the Nature's Prophet is going to seal the deal. And that is going to mean two Raxes down in favor of ECAL. They're looking towards the third, and with no Juggernaut, no black hole, there's nothing that Rampage can do about that. Arrow going to go off, only hit a creep. Storm Spirit zipping in, trying to go for the Sand King, but with that pipe, it's just impossible to kill him. Starstorm going to try to clear off the rest of the creep wave, but no. That Rax has fallen. All three Raxes are down. Mega Creeps are now going to flood into Rampage's base. Rampage played quite well considering the circumstances of having no towers, but unfortunately for them, looks like they are finally going to have their first loss as iNet is getting right-clicked by all of ECAL, and well, it's just a matter of time before the creeps push in. They do not have what it takes to hold off mega creeps. The game simply is not late enough. Their farm is not spent correctly for holding off mega creeps. But, you know, you really just need lifesteal and cleave for that, and the only person who could really do that is the Juggernaut, who unfortunately does not have either of those things. So these tier 4 towers are going to go down, and not before killing off of Murata one more time. Shock and right clicks from the Shadow Shaman, going to take him down. Omni Slash from the Juggernaut. Where'd you go? Juggernaut hitting the creeps, unfortunately. That was pretty unlucky to take a Burrow Strike, as well as some disables, and Enigma trying to get his Black Hole off, but unfortunately gets silenced immediately from the Broodmother. Sand King wants more. But thanks for watching, guys. It's been Mike Loris casting another game from the SECS. I'm just going to close that. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been another game from the SECS Round 3. I think I'm going to be out for now. But, yeah, if you like this cast, follow right here. YouTube.com/MikeLorisGame is where I put up all my stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. GG.